You meet Bregman in the opening lines as he confronts the ache many of us feel when realizing our jobs don't matter. He recounts entering a consulting firm straight out of university, quickly learning that ambition without purpose felt hollow, an unmoored path toward a corner office. From there, the mission takes shape: what if your ambition could serve humanity instead? The story shifts to the historical abolitionists, Thomas Clarkson, a quiet man with Quaker roots, who found his calling after unearthing the hidden brutality of the slave ships. Bregman paints Clarkson's relentless research and moral clarity as the prototypical spark of impact, one person immersing themselves in an injustice until change becomes inevitable. You're taken to boardrooms and offices, where Bregman exposes the Bermuda Triangle of talent. He describes how graduates from top schools flock to finance and consulting not out of greed, but fear of uncertainty, loss of options, and adult responsibility. It's a moment that mirrors many readers' own silent grappling, ambition caged in comfort. Against that backdrop enters Ralph Nader, the radical of lawyers. Bregman recounts how Nader exposed auto safety lapses, igniting legislation that literally saved lives. More than a hero, Nader is a teacher. He created a network of crusading students, a blueprint for multiplying moral action by building teams. The narrative shifts again, this time to Rob Mather, an executive who saw a story about Terry, a girl devastated by burns, and felt a visceral pull to do something. He organized a swimathon that morphed into the Against Malaria Foundation. Bregman shows how small compassion, when translated into structure, scaled into life-saving global impact. Now the book pivots to structure. Bregman introduces the idea of zeros, ones, and twos, the triangle of change. Zeros start movements. Ones help build them. Twos sustain them. He urges readers to find their place in this ecosystem, not to wallow in individualism but to join the machinery of meaningful change. He then challenges effective altruism, acknowledging its moral rigor but critiquing its purity obsession. Instead, he advocates for bold moral ambition, doing a lot of good, even if imperfect. He wants us to care less about perfection and more about impact. You're shown the anatomy of powerful movements. The abolitionists appealed to sailors' health, not just moral outrage. Rosa Parks wasn't spontaneous but strategically planned to resonate. These stories reveal the playbook: identify who cares, make the ask, marshal compromise, and engineer for visibility. There's a candid moment when Bregman warns against self-congratulatory activism. He recounts activists who clung to purity at the cost of progress. Moral ambition means hard choices. You may partner with someone less aligned but more effective, and sometimes delay gratification if the outcome is greater. He turns to modern day pandemics, climate collapse, nuclear threats, and AI. He lays out criteria for moral projects: be sizable, solvable, and neglected. You feel the weight of responsibility, but also the thrill: your skill set could end malaria or bolster global health systems. The narrative includes tension. Bregman admits moral ambition can feel cultish. He quotes tech founders forming tight-knit power blocks, but insists a deliberate community of idealists can be a force for good, not evil. The call is, gather your Gandalf, your fellow idealists, and the journey becomes real. He then offers tools. You're given frameworks for spotting moral deserts, issues your kids would recoil at hearing about. You're shown how to ally with unexpected partners, animal advocates teaming up with farmers to topple factory farming. Each case feels like a strategic mission, with maps, stakes, and allies. Another scene reveals burnout's danger. He shares personal stories of relentless idealists who collapse under the weight of their own vision. Bregman is honest: moral ambition needs rest, reflection, and grounded friendship. You're reminded that impact must be sustainable to endure. He circles back to you. The ambition that once drove you toward a banking salary might now be an exit ramp toward impact. The world's greatest challenges are backdrops to your talent. He challenges you: do you want to be on a sinking ship or build a lifeboat? The closing chapter is a historian's challenge: stand up so future generations look back and thank us. You feel the pulse, ambition redirected is purpose found. Making people click ads becomes trivial, saving lives becomes tangible. By the last page, the consulting windows and finance dashboards fade. You're left with the vivid aftermath of actions, mosquito nets in villages, laws passed, systemic shifts underway. Bregman's world is full of possibility, his invitation is clear, walk into it.